8th Division in the 1971 war. This is from the book Pakistan Army Casualties in 1971 war. 8th Division deployed between Eknala and Ravi River suffered 205 fatal casualties in the 71 war. 20 Lancers. The unit was part of 8th Division and grouped under Changes Force in Ravi Chenab corridor. The regiment performed outstandingly and also won Pakistan's highest gallantry award, Nishan-e-Haider. It suffered 16 fatal casualties. As stated, they performed outstandingly despite being equipped with obsolete Sherman tanks and was much commended. There was only one case where a squadron commander bolted and was checked by Brigadier Nisar and Colonel Tufail and was sent back to reoccupy his position. This incident was reported by Colonel Yahya Findi and by Brigadier Rizvi in his Punjab regiment history. However, one troop of this squadron, commanded by Lieutenant Shah, did not bolt away and stayed in its position. 33 Cavalry unit was again part of Changes Force, which was under 8th Division, and they fought drilling battles all along the three minefield layers. Gallantry awards nil, fatal casualties 6. The regiment abandoned its position twice without sufficient cause and was much criticized for these failures. One squadron commander who bolted and the squadron just vanished into thin air was sent back to the Armored Corps Center but still became brigadier due to good links and old boy network. The other squadron commander who withdrew without reason was sacked from command and replaced by Major Yahya Findi, but he also became a lieutenant colonel and was killed in an ambush in Sibi, Murree area in 1983. 11 Punjab. This battalion saw no action in 65 war or in the 48 war. This is the first time that this battalion saw action in actual war. However, it joined the 8th Division very late from 33 Division and suffered just 2 fatal casualties. Gallantry awards nil. The battalion performed outstandingly. Its first performance in any war. However, the sector where it was deployed saw almost no fighting and the battalion was deployed only in the last 3 days of the war. 13 Punjab. This was part of the Changes Force. Sadly, its performance was much criticized and in the Chakra position, its company was accused of bolting away without fighting by Major Yahya Findi, who was DQ of Changes Force. This was the reserve battalion of 15th Division but placed under command 8th Division on 26 December 71. 13 Punjab casualties were unexpectedly shockingly low, just 4 killed in the whole of the war. Gallantry awards nil. The consoling fact, however, is that the Indians were so incompetent that the Chakra debacle was not exploited, and Pakistani side successfully retained and preserved its operational and strategic balance and equilibrium. Chakra, while regrettable and a serious tactical setback, was a failure which did not cause a Pakistani operational defeat. As you can see, this is the Chakra debacle and described by Colonel Yahya Findi, DQ Changes Force, as the 13th Punjab Company commander withdrew without offering resistance. I hold the company commander to blame. He funked and without warning, the company fell back. As you can see, this is the Chakra debacle, and the Indian tanks came into the depth, and 33 cavalry had two tank troops there. They were forced to withdraw. As you can see, 13th Punjab was then deployed in the last layer of the minefield led by my father's battalion in November 71, where I did not see any action. Now, one more word, that 33 cavalry, which was holding Chakra position along with Company 13 Punjab, was accused twice of bolting and abandoning its positions. So it is not clear who bolted first, 33 cavalry tank troops or the 13 Punjab Company. Still a dark blot on the units in this area, and of course whitewashed as usual. 20 Punjab. The battalion was part of 14 Para Brigade of 8 Division. It was placed under command 115 Brigade and 8 Division for the attack on Dharam enclave at 2300 hours on 2nd December. The battalion was relieved by 34 FF on 5th December 71 and reverted to 14 Para Brigade and was deployed in defensive position in Noorkot area. Gallantry awards nil, fatal casualties 9. On 9 December 1971, 20 Punjab was grouped with 27 cavalry tasked to delay Indian advance at Malakpur. It was, however, ordered back to Bain River and again took defensive position on the right of 27 FF. The battalion, due to no fault of its own, saw little serious action. Jassad was a near total zero level battle as Indians offered no resistance. Similarly, in Bain River defensive position, the battalion hardly saw any action. 24 Punjab. Battalion was part of 24 Brigade of the 8th Division, the most pathetically led brigade of the division and the army, commanded by Brigadier Sher Ali Baz, much criticized for many failings. On 16 December, 47 Indian Infantry Brigade attacked across Basanta River. 24 Punjab was marginally affected. Jadpal consisted of few hutments and was held by a platoon of 24 Punjab. This platoon was overrun by three grenadiers. A Bengali officer of 24 Punjab defected to the Indian side. Much later, I met him somewhere in Dubai or Abu Dhabi in transit on the airport. Gallantry awards nil, fatal casualties 9. Brigadier Rizvi claimed that 24 Punjab captured Major Dika of 3 by 1 Gorkhas. The battalion 24 Punjab faced only 3 grenadiers. This claim needs to be checked and investigated. In addition, in the same incident, Rizvi claims that 24 Punjab captured 6 other ranks also. The battalion performed well, but its role was marginal except the only Indian attack on its platoon holding Jadpal. As you can see, this was the right forward battalion of 24 Brigade. 27 Punjab. Battalion participated in the attack on Dharam enclave as part of 115 Brigade of 8 Division on 2nd 3rd December. Gallantry awards nil, fatal casualties 3. 27 Punjab repulsed an Indian probing attack in this area on 13 December 71. Brigadier Rizvi claimed that the battalion destroyed 3 Indian tanks also. On 15 December, 27 Punjab was tasked to establish bridgehead for the planned 8th Armoured Brigade attack. This order was, however, cancelled and was never implemented. The battalion hardly saw any action at Bain River, although Rizvi made highly exaggerated claims about the battalion having destroyed 3 Indian tanks. As you can see, the battalion was deployed here at Bain River, and according to Rizvi, 8th Armoured Brigade was to attack through this position, but it never happened. 35 Punjab. The battalion was part of 115 Brigade and tasked to defend Dharam enclave along with 34 FF. As you can see, gallantry rewards nil, fatal casualty 1. The battalion had near zero role in the 71 war. 38 Punjab. The battalion was deployed to defend damaged Jassad Bridge. Indians had captured Dera Nanak enclave south of Ravi River and launched probing attacks to cross the river. The unit performed the most limited role assigned to it very well. Gallantry awards nil, fatal casualties 14. Brigadier Rizvi hoodwinks and omitted the fact that this battalion destroyed part of Jassad Village when Indians launched a probing attack. This was, however, recorded by Indian Army Western Command Chief Kandith in his book. As you can see, the battalion was deployed like this, just next to the Dera Nanak bridge, the Jassad bridge. 40 Punjab. The battalion was part of 24 Brigade of 8 Division, gallantry awards nil, fatal casualties 13. The two counterattacks by 40 Punjab launched against the Indian bridgehead across Basantar River imposed caution on the Indians, and one can state with confidence that these two infantry counterattacks dampened Indian offensive spirit to expand the bridgehead. The battalion performed outstandingly, although at no stage did it face any serious odds. However, being a newly raised battalion, it was miserly recognized in terms of gallantry awards, any of which it did not receive. As you can see, Orphan Battalion being a newly raised battalion. 49 Punjab deployed in Zafarwal but did not see any action. Gallantry award nil, fatal casualty nil. 52 Punjab deployed for air base defense in Sargodha and did not see any action. Deployed in Zafarwal in last stages of the war but saw no action. Gallantry awards nil, fatal casualties nil. 53 Punjab deployed in Shakargarh in last stages of war but saw no action. 55 Punjab moved to Sialkot sector but saw no action. 1st Baluch battalion was part of 124 Brigade of 33 Division and later placed under 8 Brigade. Being an old and well connected battalion, the battalion was not assigned any task and stayed comfortably deployed in an area where there was no action. Gallantry award nil, fatal casualty nil. One Baluch did not see any action in 71 war. Interestingly, the orphan battalion of this brigade, 124 Brigade, was 35 FF, which was pointlessly marched and countermarched and finally sacrificed for no purpose at Badapend during the last stages of the war, a callous attack ordered by Commander 24 Brigade, and of course 8 Division had complete responsibility for this totally unnecessary attack. Interestingly, to hide this failure, 35 FF was awarded Hilal-e-Jurrat. Anyhow, interestingly, the 2nd battalion of this brigade, 124 Brigade, 11 Baluch, also 11 Punjab, also being an old unit, was sent to a sector with very little action and suffered very minor casualties. 1 Baluch, commanded by Colonel G.M. Chaudhary, is deployed at Kotla, Afghana, but sees no action in the 71 war. As you can see, 11 Baluch. This regiment was part of 8 Division 24 Brigade, and its commanding officer Colonel Herbert was most unjustly scapegoated by 24 Brigade Commander, 8 Division Commander and 1 Corps Commander, and sacked from command to divert attention from the grand failure of 8 Armored Brigade as well as 24 Brigade failed counterattacks. It was this incident where the Pakistani official historian of 71 war, Fazl Mukim, noted that 8th Division of Pakistan Army was notorious for launching badly planned, irresponsible counterattacks. This was noted by Fazl Mukim in his book. Now, gallantry was nil, fatal casualties 10 killed and 6 PW. The battalion fought well, but its commanding officer was most unjustly penalized by the complete hierarchy, the brigade commander, divisional commander, and corps commander, and with full participation of the Chief of General Staff Gul Hassan Khan, because somebody had to be scapegoated, and Christian CO was an ideal scapegoat, and unjustly he was sacked from command. As you can see, now 21 Baluch Iraqi support. This battalion was of course dispersed all along the 8th Division, 2 companies as you can see in front of 14 Para Brigade, 1 company on the right flank as you can see in Raya Khas area, and 1 company most stupidly deployed between 2 infantry battalions, which was a classic blunder of 8th Division. There was no sense in deploying an RNS company in between 2 infantry battalions. 21 Baluch RNS, this regiment was part of 8th Division and fought well, but one of its company was unjustly scapegoated for the Badapin failure, although this company was asked to do too much more than its actual capability by the incompetent 8th Division and 24 Brigade headquarters. Gallantry award nil, fatal casualties 24 and 3 PW. Now just note that 3 tank regiments were miserable failure in Badapin, and then 1 infantry battalion 35 FF was complete failure in Badapin. But only 1 company of 21 Baluch was scapegoated, and of course the Christian CO of 11 Baluch was scapegoated. Something seriously wrong with 8th Division certainly. There was no intellectual honesty in 8th Division or in 1 Corps. 19 FF. The battalion was part of 14 Para Brigade of 8th Division in 71 war. Its performance was outstanding. The battalion defeated attacks by 2 very highly regarded Indian battalions and successfully defended the town of Shakargarh. The battalion was ham-handedly and unjustly not rewarded gallantry awards that it deserved, as it was a new battalion and had no godfathers. But still grudgingly 8th Division headquarters was forced to agree to 1 Sitara Jurat being awarded to this battalion, to a Bengali Havaldar who had played most outstanding role. The battalion suffered 16 casualties. In addition to Sitara Jurat, it was also awarded a puny Imtiazi Sanad. As you can see, 19FF defeats 2 legendary battalions of Indian Army while defending Shakargarh under the most outstanding and inspiring leadership of Lieutenant Colonel Shafiq Awan, Sitara Jurat of 65 war, as well as Imtiazi Sanad operations. As you can see, 19FF defeated, repulsed 3/9 Gorkha as well as 4 Grenadiers, 2 very outstanding battalions of the Indian Army, as you can see. But being a new unit, it was not justly rewarded. As you can see, 23FF, the battalion was part of 14 Para Brigade of 8th Division and initially deployed 2 company-sized screens at Chakamru and Nana Court, while main defensive position was a little north of Shakargarh. The 2 company screens withdrew and joined main position of the battalion, fighting a delaying battle till Shakargarh. One of its company was also deployed between 19FF and 27FF. Gallantry awards nil, fatal casualties 8. This was the battalion of my father's dearest friend Brigadier Iqbal Nazir Wadach, and I have very fond memories of having met many officers of this battalion as well as visiting it once. This is the 23FF deployment on the eve of 71 war, a screen of company size at Chak Amru, main defences at Jajwana, as you can see, another screen at Kot Nana, as you can see. 27FF. Battalion was initially part of 15th Division and a company of the battalion was deployed when Indians attacked Phukuliya salient. The battalion was later moved to 8th Division as part of 14th Para Brigade, where it was deployed east of Bain River to support 8th Independent Armored Brigade. Finally, the battalion was deployed on the west bank of Bain River, south of 19FF. Gallantry awards nil, fatal casualties 11. The battalion did not see any serious action in the war. This is the map showing 27FF deployment south of 19FF. As you can see, this is how the battalion is deployed. As you can see, 35FF. The battalion was part of 124 Brigade of 33 Division sent to reinforce 8 Division. 2 battalions of this brigade were old and well connected, that is 1 Baluch and 11 Punjab, and were given cushy jobs, as confessed by the brigade commander Brigadier Usman, a very dear friend of the family from 8 Baluch. 35FF, being orphan and newly raised, was sent to 24 Brigade and most unfairly hurled into attacking a very strong Indian position held by a tank squadron and a battalion in prepared position on the last day of the war. The battalion suffered heavy losses and was repulsed. To whitewash this failure, a halal jurat was given to the commanding officer of 35FF, but this was one of the most tactically criminal blunders of 8 Division and 24 Brigade. And to hide this blunder, very disgracefully, commanding officer of 11 Baluch was sacked from command. And this was a most intellectually dishonest decision of the war. Fatal casualties 59. The attack of this battalion was suicidal and most incompetently launched, and to whitewash the grand failure, the Christian commanding officer of 11 Baluch was sacked from command, and this battalion's commanding officer awarded Pakistan's second highest gallantry award, Hilal-e-Jurat. Interestingly, many other commanding officers were also killed in 71 war. 17FF lost Colonel Jafri, 33 Baluch lost Colonel Mazharul Qayyum, Astar-e-Jurat of 65 war. AK regiment lost 2 COs, one in Poonch and one in East Pakistan. But Hilal-e-Jurat was given to only 2 battalions, 3rd Punjab CO and this battalion CO, and the others were judged unworthy of Hilal-e-Jurat. And this is a contradiction, but this is how gallantry awards were given. As you can see, the battalion was launched into a suicidal attack like this and was an absolute failure. As you can see, now we will go to the casualties of 8 Division. As you can see, 20 Lancers suffered 16 casualties, higher than almost all infantry units except 35FF, which means that infantry units did not see much fighting. 33 cavalry, of course, twice it bolted and did not have a good record, suffered just 6 fatal casualties, which shows that there was not much fighting that was done by this battalion. 11 Punjab, again 2 casualties only. 13 Punjab, 4 casualties only. And of course the company accused of bolting at Chakra. 20 Punjab 9 casualties, 24 Punjab 9 fatal casualties, 27 Punjab 3 fatal casualties, 35 Punjab 1, 38 Punjab 14, 40 Punjab 13, 49 Punjab nil, 52 Punjab nil, 53 Punjab nil, 55 Punjab nil, 1 Baluch nil, 11 Baluch suffered 10 casualties and 6 PW, 21 Baluch suffered 24 casualties and 3 PW, 19 FF 16 casualties, 23 FF 8, 27 FF 11, 35 FF a criminally launched attack by 8 Division, 59 killed, pointlessly killed. In total, 8 Division lost 205 killed, which comes to 9.76 killed per unit, which shows that the division did not do much fighting. Interestingly, only one artillery officer, as far as I can recollect, a very brave officer, later Brigadier Noorul Hasan, was awarded a Sitar-e-Jurat in this division, as far as I can recollect. And no infantry officer was awarded a Sitar-e-Jurat. In addition, the second Sitar-e-Jurat, as far as I could recollect, was awarded to this Bengali Havaldar, this Sarkar or something of 19 FF. So this sums up the 8 division performance in the 71 war, and more later.